Male Dem Senator bullies woman on the stand, so Sheriff Clarke gives him manners lesson. The mainstream media has done its best to avoid the latest example of Democrat hypocrisy when it comes to the treatment of women by men in powerful positions. But when Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey launched a vicious, public attack on the Trump administration's Secretary of Homeland Security during a Senate hearing on Tuesday, he provided a perfect example of how little respect a Democrat can show a woman he doesn't agree with. And former Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke called him out on it in a way no New York Times male feminist ever could. The disgraceful clash came during Capitol Hill testimony by Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. Booker not only insulted Nielsen's ability to do her own job, he also attacked her character when it came to questions about last week's infamous S-hole meeting on immigration at the White House, which Nielsen attended. What set Booker off was Nielsen's statement that she did not hear President Donald Trump use the word shithole to describe Haiti and some countries in Africa. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out here. Whatever the merits of Booker's point, and there aren't many, the table-pounding, sneering, contemptuous rage he directed Nielsen's way were way beyond the realm of acceptability. Booker looks like someone the cops would run into on a domestic call in the worst neighborhoods of Newark. And that's where Clarke comes in. In typically measured, but forceful tones, the former lawman pointed out just what this kind of outburst will mean to a Democrat with presidential aspirations when the country sees how little regard for women he can display. After today's embarrassing display on the Hill by Senator Booker in dressing down a female cabinet member, it is apparent to me that Booker lacks the temperament to be a future candidate for President of the United States, Clarke wrote. If he dressed down a staffer that way, he'd be in trouble. Well, if he was a Republican who'd dress down a staff like that, he'd be in trouble. Booker at the moment enjoys the peculiar kind of media immunity Democrats, particularly black Democrats, have in the Trump era. But as Clarke implies, Booker is known to have White House ambitions. The Washington Post actually compared his Senate performance to Barack Obama's Senate years, while describing Booker's disgraceful opposition to the confirmation of then-Senator Jeff Sessions for Attorney General in 2017. Booker might have thought he was advancing those presidential hopes with Tuesday's scenery-chewing grandstanding. Does anyone think he truly cried tears of rage over a juvenile curse word? But all he was doing was showing off the hypocrisy of himself and his party when it comes to their rhetoric about the treatment of women. Clarke's tweet got plenty of support, including this one from conservative talk radio star Laura Ingraham. It's incidents like this that convince so many Americans that identity politics are disingenuous and that lamentations about norms, values, and civility are grotesquely insincere. Talk to any conservative woman and she'll tell you that all too often the left's respect for women stops the instant a female pundit, politician, or activist slides just to the right of moderate. Booker's grasp on reality is famously weak. He's the candidate, remember, who rode manufactured memories about an imaginary friend into office. But reality, as Clarke pointed out, is going to bite back hard if Booker aims for the White House in 2020, even if most of the national media, other than Fox News, skipped this angle of the story. The mainstream media can try to avoid it, but the video of an enraged Booker berating a woman who can do nothing but sit in silence as the abuse rains down is going to be remembered for a long time to come. Like and share on Facebook and Twitter to let everyone know how Democrats treat women they disagree with.